Hi, everyone. My name is RJ, and I am one of the lead consultants at VIP Credit Consult. And who we have the privilege of having here today is an extraordinary man. He's a man, not just a regular man, not just a regular mortgage lender, but he is a superhero in the mortgage world, especially to a lot of his clients and customers. His name is Jeff. And Jeff, you look amazing. Um, can you
Little
tell
tip of
the
the hat there for
audience
you.
a little about the Lone Ranger? Like, and this used to be a TV series, but tell us a little bit about yourself. What you do, what kind of lender you are, how many states you're in, a couple things like that, so we know your background.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me. I am the Mortgage Loan Ranger. I have penned myself that way for the last 4 years. However, I have been originating for 24 years, and I just felt, what can I do to make myself stand out? Because loan officers are, really they're everywhere. But knowledgeable loan officers and creative loan officers, that's where I try to set myself apart. And I think I've done a good job of it. I just received a review the other day from a client that it almost brought me to tears, because he said that he had gone to his credit union and they didn't have any, they didn't want to help him. And he had his VA benefit, and he was always told that the VA was it was a hard loan to do, and I encouraged him to do that. And we were able to get him a fully approved loan before he identified the property, got in the house, and so basically he sent a testimonial to that effect. And I think that encapsulates why I do what I do. I really feel that this is a true honor to be part of this process for most people who've dreamed about it all their life, and then to ask someone that they don't know to be part of that journey and that process. And there's just no value that you can put on knowing that you helped somebody create wealth and really stability, for themselves. And that's what I get to do every day. I love what I do. I don't even think of it as a job, which, somebody said a long time ago, find what you do and you'll love it and it won't be a job or something. Like, I don't have the exact thing, but so anyway, in a nutshell, that's who I am and what I do. I've specialized in challenge credit my entire career. I don't shy away from it. I love helping people get to a better position, and that's where you come in. And then in terms of the states, I'm in every state except Alaska, Hawaii, New York, and I believe Maryland. So I can originate all throughout the US. We have creative programs that most lenders do not do. I can do investment properties up to 8 units, where we just look at not the individual, but we look at the performance of the property. For example, it's called a debt service ratio. So somebody can be a first-time investor and they can get into that. And, I think that kind of helps bring us back to why we're on the call. You want to talk about Adriana?
Yes, Adriana.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, first of all, but beyond that, 24 years in it. Yeah, I'm sure you've done hundreds of homes, and I definitely 100% agree with you that I love being part of this process. And this process is an amazing process, because when people are trying to either refinance or get that first property or even investment property, and they're looking for people that they can count on, and like you said, we're definitely strangers when we all first meet, but it turns in almost to like a family situation, because you're helping someone achieve something that they need for their family, that they want, that they desire. And they say that having a home and buying a home may be one of your most expensive purchases your whole entire life. And now we have someone like yourself as a mortgage professional, as a lender. You've had a client, like you said, challenged credit. You've never shied away from it, which is amazing, because there's a lot of lenders who won't help people that have challenged credit, and those are the people that need help the most. So I applaud you for being able to do that. So that brings us to us. How did you originally hear about VIP Credit Consult, our company?
You showed up in my junk filter.
Showed up in your junk filter. Yes, I was sending emails out to
Yeah.
highly qualified mortgage professionals. And what I was looking to do was see how my services could help improve them and their customers' lives by getting to the closing table as fast as possible. So our service is designed for speed. So, okay, now I was in your junk filter and you looked in your email, and then what happened next?
I believe the sequence of events is I reached out to you because I've had a hard time finding people like yourself who will do what they say. I can tell you story after story. I am not afraid to say I do not like Lexington law. I can usually tell people that they've already used them. When I've started talking to them, I'll say, please don't tell me you were working with Lexington law. And sure enough, that's what comes out. But, it helps to build that credibility. I can also, tell people what's on their credit report before they even look at it or before I look at it, because, once you tell somebody the score, it's pretty easy to determine what's on that report. So anyway, I reached out to you and here we are.
Okay. So, everything, first from the initial greeting of the email, like as any other mortgage brokers may receive, to then us having a conversation. And you had sent over a couple of people, which I talked to, but then we had one of your special clients that you're working with right now, Adriana.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little about Adriana? What type of credit challenges was she looking at, and could she be qualified, or was she denied, or like where were we at with Adriana?
Well, since I have been doing this a long time, I also have a photographic memory, which is kind of scary. So on January 11th, I contacted you and she had a 667 credit score. And Adriana was a little bit different because she bought her first properties as investment properties and not her own primary. And we were leveraging that investment property to take cash out with the purpose of being able to buy a primary home. However, she needed a 680 credit score and she didn't have it. So she contacted you and you got her set up. But on February 7th, she called me and wanted me to pull her credit. And she had a 694 score, which was 27 points higher in less than a month. But if my memory serves me right, RJ, you said she only got started on about the 27th, if I recall. So that had only been about a week with you. And
Correct.
we already had, at least a high enough score to be able to pursue that. And we were able to close that loan, by the way, in March.
So you contacted me on January 11th. The client actually went ahead and paid for my services on the 27th. By February 8th, which is once again, maybe a couple weeks, week and a half that they were with me, her score bumped up high enough that you're able to qualify her. So in less than 2 months, a couple of months, she was able to. And what kind of loan did she get?
Well, it was I alluded to it earlier, but basically it was a debt service ratio. So we list her as her source of income, but we don't list the actual income on the application. And we look at the performance of her property in what's called a debt service ratio. So we look at the market rents that are in the area. And let's just use $1,000, for example, which good luck finding that in any market today. But if the house has a rent payment of $1,000 and the mortgage payment that's proposed is $1,000, it's a one-to-one relationship. And that in and of itself will qualify people to buy that property. So, most people think they have to do traditional financing, and that's a great resource. We do that as well. But for those that have a difficult time because it's additional debt that they're taking on and they don't understand that increases their debt ratio from a qualifying standpoint, this is a terrific alternative. And it isn't really what I always tell my clients. This is not about interest rate. If interest rate is your focus, then it's not the right product for you. But if acquisition and building wealth is, then it is a tremendous product to use.
Well, a lot of people aren't thinking in terms of if it's your own personal property. Yes, I can understand maybe interest rate is a factor. But if you're building investment properties, think about it. In most cases, working with a lot of real estate investors myself, I know that they have partners that want 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% of the profit or the interest in the
Mhm.
property. So your interest on a mortgage or a loan that gets them to the acquisition of the house with no other real estate partners is far cheaper than even splitting a 50-50 deal with another partner. I
Well,
mean,
absolutely. And again, you now have full ownership, and more importantly, they can also close in the title of the LLC. So they're doing it correctly. So, most people aren't aware, they buy these properties and then they quit claim as an individual to an LLC, and you leave yourself to exposure, because if the lender of record learns that that title has been changed, they can do what's called a due on sale clause, and now your entire mortgage is due within 30 days of that notification.
absolutely, because you've changed ownership, and then they can what's called accelerate the mortgage. So
Correct.
then that mortgage has to be paid within 30 days, which is once again your due on sale clause. The only way maybe to avoid that is to do it to a trust, as some investors do, and then that can avoid the due on sale clause. But your average person that knows nothing would do it exactly like you said, and once again leave them open to liability and the due on sale clause. You know what we should do? We should definitely circle back and do like maybe a presentation that I can go over with you once again, and then share it with people in the future of this program that you're talking about, the debt service ratio program that can help, I would say if not hundreds, maybe thousands of people who are looking to get into something like this, where it's not their income that's qualifying them. And it's, once again, like you said, a great tool for building wealth, because now they have access to capital where they didn't have it before, which is quite amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So now,
I'd be honored to do that. So
so Adriana got this type of loan. So Adriana came. She got two loans like this, because you said you were closing. Now this is amazing. So you're not only making one commission, that after working with me, you have a chance to double your commission because now the client has bought two properties. Is that correct?
yeah, correct. So what we did was we took out cash on her investment property because she owned it free and clear, with the intent of being able to buy a primary residence. She
Nice,
parlayed that equity into a duplex.
nice.
So now she, for lack of a better way to say it, is house hacking. So the other person on the other side of the wall, if you will, is going to be helping to pay down that mortgage or pay the mortgage. So we just closed on that property literally on Tuesday of this week.
Wow. So since January, you bring in one client, and I know in this industry, people say they're going to get something done. It's like it never gets done, or like you had said with a company like that law firm you mentioned, it's the endless disputing with no end in sight,
Yeah.
and without there being an end in sight, you might be paying them 2-3 years, and you're just trying to get results, and that's not what we're about. We're trying to do results in as fast as possible as we can. So, and what did you think about our speed based on your 24 years of experience as a credit boosting, a credit improvement company? What would you say about our speed to others?
Unparalleled. Again, I've never seen something go up so quickly in such a short period of time. From a 667 to a 694 in less than 2 weeks. Incredible.
And that's what made the difference, because now she was able to qualify for the program that you could put her in by having that bump in score. And right now, I think if you check her scores, have you looked lately what she's at?
Yeah, when we did this loan, she's now a 706.
He's at 706.
Yep.
Went
So
from a 667 to a 706.
correct.
Man, that's amazing. So, I'm glad you're able to, and I want to tell everybody, we are, for people who are watching this and want to understand, this is like a service where we're expediting everything. So there is, I guess you could call it snail mail, everyday mail, first class mail. Usually takes 7 to 10 business days to get there. Then there is 2-day mail, and that's more expensive, and arrived in around 48 to 50 hours, usually the end of the second day. And then there's or overnight express, expedited overnight express. That's the type of VIP service what we're offering those clients, is because even when we send out our mail outs and whatever we do, we're using overnight express letters. So you just sending out one round to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax for a client is almost $100 in overnight express mail tracking services. And because our goal working with mortgage brokers is not to delay you getting a result, it's to try and get the result as fast as possible, get the answer back as fast as possible, because your livelihood is on closing these loans, and if they don't qualify financially, then you're not going to be able to do your job well. So I thank you for passing over a customer like Adriana. And I think we covered who, what, why. So would you recommend our service as a mortgage lender in 46 states?
That's funny you say that, because here's what I was just thinking about. I always encourage these challenged credit clients to invest in themselves. And that's really what this is. And, your services are more, they're worth it. But Zig Ziglar quote comes to mind here, RJ. Price is a one-time thing. Cost is a lifetime thing, right?
Absolutely.
So what is that cost for someone delaying? And I've got my oldest client I've been working with her for 6 years. I repull her credit annually and her score does not move, because these people think they can do it on their own. And you have to be hyper focused and know exactly what you're doing in order to do it. Take that off your plate. Let a specialist like RJ do that work for you. And these are the results.
Yeah. So, I mean, if what you're trying to do is, qualify for a house, that's what we want you to do. If your intent is to pick up the largest purchase, and speaking with Jeff, you now know that you can not only purchase one, but multiple properties. I mean, with the right credit score, you can pick up multiple properties. Don't worry about if the interest rate is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12%. That doesn't make a difference, because once again, I'll explain to you. If you were a real estate investor and you brought in capital partners, people who have to put money into the deal, they want at least 50%. Some people want up to 90. So what Jeff is offering you is the deal of a lifetime. So I definitely want to get together with you and talk about how we can. I'd like to run maybe like some kind of education webinar that explains your programs and why you do it. So he didn't just come on here, and we were joking around. This really is the Lone Ranger. And if you are within the 46 states that he services, then I would highly recommend Jeff Services, because he doesn't just get it done, he gets it done twice. So if you're a person that's looking for not just one mortgage, but the solution to getting 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 10 properties, then this is the mortgage lender for you. Jeff, I'd like to, I appreciate the time that you've taken to give us a testimonial about the services. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say we are?
It's off the scale, brother.
Off the scale. So, 5 stars, I'm sure, off the
5
scale.
stars, 10, whatever the number is, the highest number you can get.
If
Your service is excellent. You call, outside of regular hours. You and I have developed a great friendship as well. That's only getting stronger as we go. And we've only been working together since January. So I appreciate you.
And proof is in the pudding, because when you're working with the right person, then money is being made, and that's how it should be. You're in a service industry helping people get the hardest purchase in their life. And as a professional, if we can get that person through this process as quickly, as painlessly as possible, and get them what they want, then you deserve to get paid not only once, but Jeff, you've got paid twice.
The irony too, I should share, RJ, is this referral, Adriana, came from a fellow colleague of mine that could not do this loan.
That's amazing. So if you're a mortgage broker, if you're a mortgage bank, if you are a lender, if you're a loan officer, if you're anything out there and you have challenged credit, you yourself as a lender, as a professional, if you have challenged credit, we're running a deep discount to have mortgage brokers or real estate professionals try our service. But if you have customers, you want your customers to have the VIP experience, for it to be as fast as possible, for it to move as quickly as possible, and for a company to actually do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. We want you to work with us, VIP Credit Consult. We have an amazing team behind us. I have 30 people on my staff. I have IT guys, social media people. I mean, we are going to be the #1 credit repair company for all real estate professionals nationwide. #1, because there is no room for #2. So Jeff, I want to thank you for your time. I want to reschedule something with you once again. And if you're a mortgage broker out there and you're having a problem and you can't close, pass that customer to Jeff and we'll close it for you. If not, give us a call and we'd love to work with you. Jeff, I thank you for your time. And you know what? Can you give a little bit of plug about yourself so people can reach you just in case they see this? Because we're going to blast this all over YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that. My cell phone is always available, and I am not a 9 to 5. I work when my clients are available. So if you need me in the evening, if you need me on the weekend, to my detriment, I'm available, but I take a lot of pride in that. So you can reach me at 612-558-7334. Again, that's 612-558-7334. If you forget the 7334, it actually spells refi. So a 558 refi will work. You can reach me on the web at myhomeloanranger.com. You'll see my big picture and apply here. So you can also do an application electronically. My clients love it because it has a secure portal and it allows you to upload pay stubs, W-2s, whatever. It just makes it a much more fluent process. And I got to give a shout out to my team. I have the best mortgage processor I've ever had in my 24 years. We close loans on time. We also have the ability, I got to point this out, to do what's called a certified credit approval. So what does that mean to you and how does that benefit you? In this crazy market, it's not enough to have a pre-approval or pre-qualification. Honestly, and I hate using that term because that means I'm not saying it honestly, but what it means is it on paper, it's as good as what it says. So it basically is stating you look like you approve for these conditions, but it's got to be fully underwritten. So when you're presenting that offer, it's pre-approved. That's all it means. Somebody's been looked at, it's looked at, but it still has to go through underwriting. The certified credit approval, we fully underwrite the loan before you make an offer on the home. So we underwrite that scenario. So when you go into the home, your listing agent on that property knows that you're already approved, and that puts you at the top to compete with cash offers. The only things left are the title insurance, the homeowner's insurance, and the appraisal. That's it. So let me ask you, do you think that would be strong in a market that's as competitive as it is? Because it's all about demand right now, and the demand keeps driving those homes.
Man, that is incredible. But I mean, I definitely, if you're out there and you're looking at this, not just for, to fix my credit, and we're not your average credit repair company. That's the next guy. That's the other company that doesn't do what they say they're going to do, or they're going to drag it out. We cost what a VIP service would cost. If you're used to driving a lower class vehicle and that's what you want to drive in life, and by all means, at times I have too. But if I have a choice to drive in a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini or the best car in my life, and I could have that type of service, that is the type of service that we're offering you. And working with a mortgage lender like this, these are the type of services and loans that now can be brought to you. So if you are a person out there that's not just looking to have their credit repaired or improved to the maximum where you qualify for not only one but maybe 2 properties, then the best part about this is we have a mortgage lender like Jeff that can help you achieve your financial dreams. So This has been a great testimonial. Jeff, man, I really appreciate your time once again. I want to schedule something with you, and I want to get a little bit more in depth of this debt service ratio loan and how people can now pick up to an 8-plex, and the cash flow or the property that is creating the capital is what is required to, qualify for this loan, and you just need a 680 or above score. I think you're the guy.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, it's thehomeloanranger.com.
myhomeloanranger.com or jeffwinship.com. Yeah, I
Okay.
have all those domains. So
Not a
the
problem. And your
business one
number,
is too long.
no problem. And your number one last time?
612-558-7334.
So if you're in the 46 United States that he does service and you do need a loan, give Jeff a call. Thanks, Jeff, and I really appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.